When you put your feelings into a song, when you put a mood into a song, the song relates to a lot of people. That's how your song becomes memorable. Uh, so I feel it's like, because I said, like, as we had all discussed earlier, that it's very important in hip hop for you to know yourself, to know what you really like, and then get into certain moods. And when you start writing and when you start knowing about yourself, it reflects in your writing as well. It reflects in your songs as well. And once you get into the habit of expressing yourself really well, catching the mood really well, that's when you become like a full-fledged artist who can pass on energy to other people. So I think that's why it's important to first, feel your energy first and then transfer it to a song. When you write about something that you really feel, it motivates you a lot. It makes you work even harder. It makes you take more interest in your work. And where something that you don't feel about, you wouldn't give your 100% to that because you are ignorant about that issue or about that particular topic that you're rapping about. So that's why it's very important that you should only choose a topic that you're really, really interested in. You would be taking interest in researching about it, and you would be taking interest in saying the right thing that you feel about it. If I have to give you an example, you must have heard my latest song, Mumbai Darshan. So Mumbai Darshan is my feelings, how I exactly feel about my city, Bombay, and how I feel about being a part of Bombay, being a Mumbaikar. So Mumbai has been a very close topic for me. Mumbai is a city that I was born in, the city that I grew up with, and the city that I work in. It's everything for me right now. So Mumbai is a topic which I was really, really, well aware of. So that's why I had to put it down in a song.
So for my song Lax, I was sitting on the set of Gully Boy where I was shooting this scene with Ranveer Singh, and I just got off the film set of losing against Ranveer, and I didn't realize how much the fake audience was gonna boo me. So at that moment, I was sitting in the audience now, like, wow, I really just lost on screen, and everyone in India is gonna see me lose on screen. So right there, I came up with this line, I don't take L's, me kamata who lacks. So it's like, even though I lose, I still make money. And that kind of, gave me the inspiration. So just in that moment, because of that one feeling, made me feel like, oh wow, I'm gonna be looked at as this loser or whatever. But in reality, this is how I feel. Like I really don't care because this is what I do, and no one's paying my bills. I'm paying my bills. So yeah.
The only way to get any sort of inspiration is if you keep your eyes open, if you keep your mind open. जब भी आप गाना लिखने जाते हो, उसमें क्या बोलना है, वो सारी चीज़ें आपको एक्सपीरियंस से आती है. तो अगर आप लोगों को मिलोगे नहीं, अगर आप you should go out and watch all sort of movies, listen to all kinds of music, meet a lot of people, personalities sometimes, people sometimes inspire us a lot. I've met so many people in my life who are not doing hip hop or who are not in the same profession as me, but what they do with their life is what really inspires me sometimes. And the learning that I take from there is what I apply into my songs, and it really helps me because it made me also a better person. So inspiration comes from anywhere. You just have to keep your eyes open for it. It's like just around you. You just have to grab it whenever you see it.
Definitely, when it comes to staying inspired, for sure, listening to other music, not just hip hop, expanding your horizons and hearing all types of genres, staying current, being aware of what's going on in the news and in the world. Also with music, being aware of what the new trends are. A lot of times what happens is old trends come back in, so catching that cycle again of, certain things coming back.
Yeah.
Another way to stay inspired, especially, to keep making music as a rapper, I think just, having an exercise to listen to a lot of beats, download about 20, 30 beats and just, find the first one that inspires you and go for it. And it sort of becomes like an exercise that, you trust your gut and you go with the first thing that inspires you and you follow that lead. It does definitely help with staying inspired. I do it a lot with YouTube beats or even old famous beats, just to kind of lead me in one way. Okay, I kind of like this direction of a Mobb Deep sound and I want to go that way, but with a fresher trap sound or whatever, like with the same piano riff and stuff. At the end of the day, it's also like a muscle you have. You're training a muscle to to constantly be able to get your brain moving so your pen can, do its work. So if you're constantly, ready, to work on any type of beat, and you have that practice knowledge of, moving through different beats. I do this thing, we've done it at camps and stuff where, at songwriting camps, where we line up 4 or 5 beats and we take 15 minutes for each beat. We keep a timer, or just, until someone quickly finds an idea, or we move on to the next beat if no one finds an idea. So it becomes like an exercise that, that you kind of stick to, and, it just keeps you moving. Okay, if we don't find one, no problem. Move on to the next one. That's it, As you grow as a human being, throughout the years, your values change, your thoughts change, the way you move and do things become different. So as an artist as well, you're going to change, and you've seen it through your biggest, inspirations, with image-wise and just topic-wise, how serious they get. The earlier albums are more playful or more youthful. So definitely, it's important to, to not keep your fans, at a stagnant level of monotony and just the same type of content over and over. You have to, become creative and reinvent yourself, give them something new, and at the same time, staying to your core beliefs, staying to your core values, catering to your core audience, but at the same time, giving them something new, to feel. Knowing your brand value as an artist, as a human being, is super important, because you'll always have a sense of direction. The same way any company will have a mission statement, or a focused a path for 5 years, 10 years. I think the same way any artist should have that same focus and drive. So for me, for example, I kind of set my brand values as motivational, global, bespoke. Bespoke because I do a lot of corporate songs, and I know I can, adapt to any type of situation. I can adapt to any collaboration, whether it's Divine, The Evil, Raftar, Rajakumari. Global because I grew up all over the world, and I keep, super relatable topics for anyone all over the world, whether it's love, family, talking about how you feel. And the last one was motivational. So no matter what, there's always a sense of motivation in my songs, that kind of can motivate in any way, whether it's me motivating another rapper, or motivating someone, to make money and not feel bad about, doing a certain thing, or, or just going psycho on a track, being unapologetic in certain ways. So I think knowing your brand values definitely, helps you make decisions, and also be aware of, okay, does this song match with, my values as an artist, as a human being? Do I want to stand by this?
Like knowing your self-worth.
Yeah,
as an artist,
and even like 20 years down the line, you want to still be able to stand by these type of songs, or and not feel embarrassed about something. Or also, Devo mentioned about feeling motivated on a track. When we work on these tracks, we don't just work on them for an hour. You end up working on them for 10 hours just on a song. Then you perform them for the rest of your life. And then you're shooting a music video.
You're always working on it.
You're always working on it. So if you know it and it's part of you, then it makes sense. And of course, with time, your brand values can change. And it's the same with developing as a human. Your character develops, so your values can change. And I don't think there's anything wrong with, okay, maybe 10 years ago, I made a song about this. It's all part of your journey, and you can obviously talk about it. Like, for example, Eminem, who was famously known for talking about drugs and the abuse of alcohol and all of those things. He literally flipped his whole career. Within the span of a decade, he flipped his whole career and made it about the recovery side of it, and not relapsing, and the positive side of it. So. It's all part of your journey. At the end of the day, there's no right.
Yeah, we always keep
wrong.
Evolving as artists.
Yeah.
So if you stay at the same place, then you're not doing something right.
Yeah, 100%.
First of all, when you're writing about a certain topic, you firstly need to do research on that topic, or it is already something that you have experienced. Like, for example, if if I have to explain how my trip from here to Delhi was, I would write about it. I don't have to do any research on it. I just have to think about what are the interesting things that happened in that particular journey that I can talk about, that anybody would be interested in knowing. So what we normally do is, first of all, we try to make the story as interesting as if we are going to explain it to our friend, like as if we are talking about it live to our friend. And whenever you're telling a story to your friend, you always think of it that how you're going to build it up, how the end is going to be, the climax is going to be, so that you can get the laughs out of your friend, you can get that amusement out of him. So it's the same way when you're writing a song also, you need to draft the song, you need to make a build up for it, you need to make sure that you have certain incidents, certain moments that are memorable for people when you're telling a story to them. Like similarly, like if I have to tell you a story about my journey, I'm only gonna tell you about the good things that happened to me, but also there might be some bad things that people might be interested in knowing. So I need to give equal attention to every part of that, and that's how we develop a particular story. You should always think naturally and try to deliver it naturally on a song, because if I have to give you an example, if Eminem wrote a song called Stan, which was about his fan who was really crazy for him, the way he explained the story was in a very creative way. Like, he had suspense, he had surprises in the story, he had sadness, he had happiness.
Different roles.
Different roles, different characters. And he has also made different sound, different voices of people just to give character to his particular verse. And that's the best way of storytelling.
For sure.
So it's up to you how creatively you craft your song, and then how you build up a story, how you make it interesting, that if somebody comes and tells the same story to you, how would you, react to it? What is that thing that would get your reaction? You have to think according to that and then write your story. Sometimes what happens when you're explaining a story, people tend to get off track with the story. They tend to go more into details and forget where the root of the story started from. That's the reason why what I do as a normal hack is, whenever I'm writing a story, I write down the main thought of it, the first thought of the story, which will tell me where I started from and what's my point, where I'm going, where I'm taking the conversation or the song towards. That will help you understand that you know how to not go off track from your story, and to reach the destination of your story in a proper manner.
I think another hack also is when you start off with a topic, like for example, if I'm doing a corporate song, a brand song, and I know all of the main parts that they want me to say, I list out right away. I make like a list of the 14 things, the bullet point, just the main things. And right away, it gives me kind of a brief thing. Okay, these are the most important things. These are kind of less important.
Very corporate process.
And kind of just, and the same with, if I'm making a love song, right? Okay, I want to talk about the girl's appearances. I want to talk about the special moments. I will
make a PowerPoint presentation.
Why not? But I mean, the whole point is actually staying organized, and kind of giving you, once you see it out in front of you, you can kind of right away say, okay, this is the most important thing, and maybe this belongs at the end. This can come first. This will
also, people are always open to have their own hacks. Always open to find your own way of doing things. You don't have to go specifically by how we do it, because this is how we figured out by our own selves. Sometimes we get ideas by also freestyling. Sometimes we just gather around, we jam on a beat, we start saying some rhymes, and we come up with some really, really great ideas. Sometimes, you come up with some witty punchline because of the situation, and that witty punchline can definitely be used anywhere in any song.
For sure.
So, but sometimes what happens, मेरे साथ ऐसा होता था कि हम लोग ऐसा flow में freestyle करके मैं भूल जाता था कि कौन सा line मैंने बोला है. So in that terms, I would normally always write down
or record it on your phone.
कि मतलब freestyle करते करते मस्त line आ गया कि मतलब एक मिनट रुका फट line लिख लेता हूँ. And people also like, हाँ तेरे को लिखना चाहिए ये line गाने में बोलना चाहिए. So this also really helps a lot in getting new ideas, freestyling on a beat, because then you get friendly with the music, and then ideas start popping out.
The song topics that I choose, it's mostly because of my mood or what I want to put out there. So when I made Mere Gully Mein, I wanted to my gully. I wanted to speak about where I come from, uh, what part of the city I come from, which city I come from, and I wanted to show what my gully represents, what we represent as humans, as guys who come from this area. So that's how I really choose my songs. Like if I've chosen to write a song like Farak, it's because I'm in that mood where I want to talk about my family. I want to talk about things that I cannot address in at home. Maybe at home. Maybe I don't want to say some things in in front of a crowd. I'll go and say it in a song. So whatever I feel that I want to say, I just go out there and make a song about it. Secondly, if I made a song like Kampachis, that's a song uh, that was written because I got a brief that it's a Netflix series and Nawaz is in the thing. So Nawaz is my favorite. Automatically, my power goes up 5% more. It's because now it's Nawaz. It's one of my favorite actors, and I want to give my best. Then I always give my best, anyways. But this is Nawaz. I want to match his style with what I'm doing in this song. So. And it was about Bombay. So I put like the bright side of Bombay, the dark side of Bombay in one song and put it together. That is Kampachis. And also I choose my producers very wisely when I want to make uh, a song which is a topic like Farak. I think only Pinaki could crack that. A topic like scene kya hai? Only Nuclear can do that. It needs a drop. It needs like it's a festival song. It's a concert song. So you have to choose your producers and the mood of the song according to what you want to say on the song. It clearly depends on my mood.